We're focusing on your woods, and although you've told us that you're unsure of the start direction of your shots, it's the curve to the right that's the main issue, and that's what's generally getting you into trouble. Now this tells us that the main issue with your golf swing is that the club face is open at impact. When the club face points to the right of the direction of the swing, the ball is going to curve to the right through the air. So if we can get you to close your face a little earlier, we're going to reduce the curvature to the right, and that of course means your balls are going to start to finish more on target. The first thing to understand is that with every golf swing, as you take the club from setup up to the top of the swing, the club face opens. This means we've got a very important job from the top of the swing back down to impact, and that is to reverse the opening, which means we need to close the face. So first, looking at the club itself, what causes the opening and closing of the face is the rotating of the club around its shaft. So if I twist this club to my right, the face opens, and if I twist it to my left, the face closes. Now of course we're holding the grip end, so any twisting of the club is applied by our hands to the grip. If we take a club from the setup position up to the top, and then start to bring it back down again, if I focus on not applying any twisting to this grip at all, what we'd find is that the club face comes back into impact dramatically open. Again, up to the top, if I bring it down, making sure there's absolutely no twisting to the grip, you can see an excessively open club face. On the other hand, as I start down, if I can start applying a twist to this grip reasonably quickly, what you'll see is that the club starts to rotate. A good position to look at the swing is where we call delivery, which is where the club is approaching about hip height on its way down towards the ball. So if I was to pause a swing here and apply twisting to the grip, you can very clearly see this same action of the toe moving back, the face pointing up, which is the open face, or twisting it to the left, the toe moves forward, overtakes the heel, the club face points down, and this is the club in the process of closing. Now this doesn't mean it's closed yet. It's still open at this point, so that shows us that there's still more work to do from here into impact. And that work is to continue the twisting on the grip. So these are the two sections we'd like to try and start to feel. First is as you bring it down to this delivery position, you're trying to get this club face pointing more down towards the floor, and then from here into impact you continue the twisting to get the face coming back around square. Now the bottom part of the swing, a good reference point to use is the glove. So we have a logo on the back of the glove. When we arrive at the delivery position, what you'll generally find is that the logo points ahead of you. If we bring this into impact without further twisting, the logo still points ahead of you and the club face is still open. On the other hand, if I was to apply a twist where I get the logo of the glove to rotate and point towards the target, with a club in our hand, you'll see that the club face is going to match the rotation of this logo and it's going to return to square. So we have again these two positions, and we'll make some practice swings and we'll make a pause at each section. So up to the top, down to the delivery, and start to feel you've applied the twist that points the face more towards the floor. From here, continue the twist and watch the toe of the club overtaking the heel, which would be closing the face. Then step back from a golf ball and we can apply a little bit of flow to the swing. We'll keep the first pause, which is here at the delivery. We've felt that face pointing down a little bit, and now we want to flow through to the end of the swing, making sure we feel this continued twist. So again, to the top, down to the delivery position, but make sure you've twisted it, and then flow through to the finish. If you're feeling both of these sections reasonably well, let's do a full swing, not at full speed, but flowing from beginning to end, trying to recognize the feelings of twisting on the grip as soon as we start the downswing and all the way through to the finish position. Now at this point, if you're starting to recognize that you are applying more of a twist than you normally would throughout your downswing and through impact, hit a shot. The golf ball will tell us whether you've overdone the twisting, which means the ball would go left, not done it at all, which means the ball will still go to the right, as it did before, or whether you're doing it reasonably well and the ball finishes close to target. So, in between every practice shot, if you're on the range, have a few rehearsals, pause, twist, and then have a full flowing swing, and then hit the shot.